Well, Boeing's CEO is saying they made a mistake after a door plug blew off of a 737 MAX 9 plane. He said it at the company's staff-wide safety meeting today. Boeing MAX 9 jets remain grounded, causing more cancellations across the country. And investigators are keying in on the recovered door plug that flew off of Alaska Flight 1282 and asking the question, were the bolts even there to hold it in place?
Some major news coming from the National Transportation Safety Board about the now recovered door plug that flew off an Alaska Airlines Boeing MAX 9 at 16,000 feet after takeoff from Portland on Friday. With investigators now confirming the 4 bolts that prevent the door plug from moving were no longer attached to the plug or the plane. So far, it's unclear if they were ever there.
We found that both guide tracks on the plug were fractured. We have not yet recovered the 4 bolts that restrain it from its vertical movement, and we have not yet determined if they existed there. That will be determined when we take the plug to our lab in Washington, D.C.
Meanwhile, both Alaska and United Airlines say they've found loose bolts connected to door plugs on other MAX 9 aircraft, something that may give investigators a clue and regulators concerns. For now, all MAX 9 aircraft remain grounded, and a former senior air safety investigator with the NTSB is interested in what happens once inspections are complete.
I want to see how quickly not only the FAA, but Boeing reacts to it and corrects the situation, especially if it's recommended, or at least it looks like it needs to be re-engineered, how quickly that will take place.
Everyone, please stay in your seats with your seatbelt securely fastened until you are told to stand up. Thank you.
This much is clear. Something went terribly wrong with Alaska Flight 1282 when the plug that covers an unused emergency exit blew out. Kelly Bartlett was sitting 3 rows ahead of the blowout. She had the teenager who was sitting in the blowout row join her after he lost his shirt due to the rapid depressurization of the cabin.
I just couldn't imagine the terror of what that must have been feeling like, because I wasn't in that row and I was so scared when we heard that boom and the mask came down, and that was scary alone. So I just cannot imagine what he or his mom were going through.
Once safely on the ground, the relieved teen named Jack suggested a selfie to mark the harrowing event.
And while the NTSB continues its investigation of the incident, the Federal Aviation Administration tweeted today that it is still waiting for Boeing to get airlines instructions for inspecting the entire MAX 9 fleet. In the meantime, cancellations continue. Alaska says 109 flights were canceled today, including 16 in and out of Portland.